Hi, I'm Vicky and welcome to my channel.
Hi everyone, this is the Old Rock podcast. I'm so excited because this time you can actually see us. I know we've been like super secret and we don't show our face, but hey Rory, you're here today. This is so exciting. Yay! And we're gonna review
It's Forever and Ever times Infinity by Newfound Glory.
exactly, and I'm kind of excited to do this because, we both listened to Hayley Williams' previous album, her solo album, and she was pretty much writing about the vocalist of this band because, in case you guys don't know, he's her ex-husband. So I'm pretty sure there are songs about Hayley Williams in this album as well. I'm pretty sure the last song is about Hayley Williams. Like, I just know deep in my heart. I don't need any confirmation from the guy himself because I know it's about Hayley Williams. But let's pretend we're not here for the gossip and we're here for the music. So we're gonna review his album because, yeah, you've got to review Hayley Williams' ex-husband's album. I think it's pretty relevant, really.
Well, I mean, you can't really pull the Hayley Williams part from out of it. Like, it's quite a soppy album, isn't it? So.
Yeah, definitely.
A lot of it will be just.
Yeah.
I mean, with a title like Forever and Ever times Infinity, you can't really. It's just.
You can't take seriously. Like, it's not like if he's a physicist. Like, come on, dude. Like, if he was Brian May, who I don't know if you know, he has a PhD in astrophysics. Like, he's impressive. But he's Brian May, Like, it always blows my mind when I think about Brian May because it's not enough for you to be part of one of the biggest bands in the world like he was when, Freddie Mercury was alive and Queen was definitely a thing. You also need a PhD in astrophysics. Like, are you freaking kidding me? Like, you can't. Like, it shouldn't be allowed by nature. You can't be one of the biggest bands in the world and be that clever. Like, that's just not fair.
Bit of a jack of all trades, isn't he? Like, he's got his skills when it comes to like sort of mathematics and physics. He's got his skills when it comes to like guitar and just does everything really.
Just super unfair. But anyway, so going back to the album, what did you think about the first track? I know they all sound the same, but like Shook by Your Shaved Head was sort of like a horrible intro for me. I thought there was nothing like really mind-blowing. Every time when I'm listening to an album, I want the first track to be like, oh my gosh, you blew my mind away. And for me, it was just like, what the hell?
Yeah, well, I think that's an underlying theme about a lot of the album. It's not a bad album. Like, it's a good album. Like, it's a good generic album. It's a good generic pop punk album. But it's same with we're going back to like Shook by Your Shaved Head. It's the instrumentals really are what carry the actual song. Like, that's really all it does that actually separate it as just like a decent song. The rest of it's just a bit poor, if I'm honest. As I said, the instrumentals carry, but just like it needs a bit of work when it comes to it. But it was definitely a poor start. If you want a good introduction to the album, it's not a good foot to start with.
Definitely not. And I also thought I had the same experience that I had when I listened to Demi Lovato's second album. Back in the day, she was a pop rock singer. And the first time I heard her album, and then the second time I had the same experience. It was just super repetitive. And with this album, I had the same memory. I had the same experience again. I heard the tracks and I was like, they're all so similar that I can't distinguish them too much. So when they had like one slow song at the end, I was like, wow, this is like super different just because the pace is kind of different. So I thought it was kind of repetitive. How was the experience for you?
It was, yeah. No, well, there's one of the things, one of the comments I was initially kind of thought of was it's very formulaic, sort of if abides, but the way I sort of picture it is if like the lead singer was literally like going through, he's got a checklist and he's literally like, right, this is what you need for a pop punk song, and yeah, we tick off this. Every song sort of sounds the same. It doesn't have its own character.
No, it doesn't. And that's why it was so annoying for me, because I was expecting, you know, something like My Friends Over You, maybe. But then instead he just insults probably Hayley Williams' friend, saying like, your friends don't want the best for you in one of the tracks and things like that. And I was like, seriously, bro? Seriously? So I was kind of disappointed. I was expecting a sort of like big comeback, because I haven't heard of them in a while now. I don't even remember when they released their last album. This is how bad it's been for them. So I was expecting, you know, a new comeback. I think he got married again, so he's pretty much in his third wife right now. So I was expecting something more mature, and I was expecting him to evolve, you know. He already had 3 wives. He's on his third wife. I'm expecting, you know, something more wow, like, oh my gosh, I went through so many changes in my life. I had my first wife, and then my second wife, which was Hayley Williams, and now I'm on my third wife. So, like, kind of disappointing.
Well, I think the problem that comes to it a lot. Well, it's a bit conjecture, like, but like, I imagine he's trying to like capture the same energy he did have when he completed his previous success. You know, there's not a lot that really sort of came out of it. Like, you know, the era with pop punk was like the main sort of leading drive sort of the alternative scene. It's not really big anymore. But I imagine he's still trying to catch that lightning in a bottle he did before with the name escapes me. The big song. No, he's trying to catch lightning in a bottle again. It's just not happening. It's the reason why, like, at the end of the day, I should really experiment a bit more. Like, at the end of the day, it may not be the sound you want from them, but it keeps things fresh for everyone, including the actual artists themselves.
Yeah.
So it stops generic, formulaic stuff like this being produced.
True. And then there's also the track Greatest of All Time, which I thought it does stand out in the album. And I'm pretty sure it was one of the singles as well. And I don't know, there is something slightly different. It's really hard in my head right now, because I just listened to the album twice so far. But what did you think?
Yeah, no, well, this is the thing that comes to it. It's not a bad song. Like, this is one of the things. There's only one song on this actual album I'd say is absolutely terrible, but it's not this one.
Which one is it?
The one I think is awful is Same Side Sitters.
Oh my gosh, yes. I actually took notes on this one, because I thought it was very repetitive, because he was saying like, hold on to you, hold on to you, hold on to you. I felt like I was listening to a pop annoying song. You know how in pop music they always take a verse or something and then they say it like thousands of times, so it goes straight into your head, and even though you may hate the song, you find yourself singing along to it just because it's so repetitive and it's so annoying and it's in your head. So it's the same technique.
It's the same thing that stood out to me is when he says, we don't care if it's cringe or something like that. It just comes off as cringy as well. You may not like caring about if you look cringy, you just sound cringy.
Yeah.
It's just, I don't know. The song just, it just gets on my nerves. I don't like it. So, not that it's like doesn't have any potential. The song definitely has potential. I think one of the strengths of Newfound Glory is the way they could sort of bring all their sort of talents and skills together and actually build something quite good.
Yeah.
But when they've done with this, it just needs a bit more polish. And by polish, I mean like an almost entirely new workaround,
Yeah.
new rebuild.
No, definitely. I think like I kind of wish I could produce this band, because I see a lot of potential, but then I feel like they're lost.
Well, they have got a lot of potential. They just don't. Well, I'm not saying they can't. They haven't used it very well in this album. They've just sort of spat something out and just hoped it worked.
Exactly. What did you think about Double Chin for the Win? That's a terrible rhyme, by the way. I just no, bro, no. That's like, you're trying too hard. And I know this is the worst comment ever, because I think it never actually makes sense. But when you write Double Chin for the Win, it's just like take some time to write. Yeah, but it's just so cliche. I don't know. I just thought it was just boring. I don't know.
Like, people do judge, like, they always say don't judge a book by its cover, but people do judge a book by its cover, whether you want them to or not.
Yeah.
So you've got to come up with like something that's at least catchy or whatever, and just Double Chin for the Win just doesn't. It rhymes, but
It's
it just doesn't
cringy.
sit right, does it?
No.
It hangs in the air like a wet fart.
Yeah.
But no, to be fair, it's not a bad song. And again, going back with all this, a lot of the songs are generic, especially this one here. But I don't know, it still has a sort of thrashy sort of sound that I really sort of like. The instruments do carry it here. Oh no, yeah, definitely a lot throughout this album, especially in this song here. The instruments are a saving grace. The guitar and the drums, really good. But yeah, it's just a lot of stuff where, like, I don't know, it could use a bit more polish, if you get me.
Totally agree. Yeah, and there is also like nothing to say, which I kind of enjoyed it more for the lyrics than the actual song itself.
I find that a lot. The lyrics on these are just the lyrics aren't bad. They're just not center stage. If you get me, they're just not the highlight of the actual album. It's more the energy that they like, the combination of all the instruments and the vocals and the lyrics do bring together, that do add, like, emphasize and make the actual decent listening album.
Yeah, I think he was definitely angry when he wrote Nothing to Say, because I'm pretty sure he also references Hayley Williams. I might be wrong, just saying, it might be from, I don't know, maybe the girl that he dated when he was, at school, I don't know. But I do think it's about Hayley Williams, and I think, we're gonna see a lot of Reddit posts coming soon about, oh my gosh, is it about Hayley Williams? Who is it about? But I'm pretty sure this one is about Hayley Williams, and it's kind of,
it's a good estimate.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting to compare this album with Hayley's, because they both released an album in the same year, and Hayley was just like, and then she has this sort of like verse, and then I sung along to your shitty little song. And I'm just finding it really funny, because there are some shitty little songs in this album, so it was kind of like funny. And now he's like replying to her in his album. It's pretty much the Selena Gomez Justin Bieber drama, Who needs the Justin Bieber and Selena Gomez drama when you have this? I swear, Justin Bieber and Selena Gomez fans, they are still searching for things in their past relationship, even though Justin Bieber is married now, to talk and gossip about it. But who needs it? We have 2 brand new albums from Hayley Williams and Newfound Glory, and we can just analyze the lyrics and compare and like find it quite entertaining, really. And I think that might help to actually sell the album. It's like people knowing that there's something real behind it.
I think that's one of the powers of like being a good artist, is that you can tap into emotions, even emotions you had before that you've like moved on from. If you can tap back into those emotions and just use them, you can just come up with some brilliant songs. Like whether it is like you tap into happy times, you can come up with some happy songs. Like you can tap into angry times or sad times, you can come up with angry and sad songs. It's the ability of a good artist to use those emotions and write or create any sort of piece of music or lyrics or whatever. And like, even if he is supposed to have been moved on from Hayley, considering the fact he is married, tapping into those emotions, probably when he felt sadness, probably like guilt from cheating on her.
Yeah.
Probably tapping into all those emotions probably did actually create but it could have created a good song. Do I think that Nothing to Say is a good song though? It's not a bad song. It's not a good song either. It's okay. I think it's just. Yeah, it's okay.
I think it will be interesting to actually go through the lyrics right now, because I mentioned the lyrics, but I didn't specify what I meant. So he says things like, you latch on, then you run, and when they find their one, you want to hand out poison apples. You think you're in the know, but you can't see past your nose. Just stepping stones, you were opportunist. And it's kind kind of me, but I like it. You know what I mean? It's like when Taylor Swift wrote a song about Joe Jonas because he broke up with her on his phone. You know, it was just pretty much a 20 seconds call. And she was really angry, and then she wrote Better Than Revenge, which, by the way, it's a bop. I even think you would like it. It has like awesome guitars. Trying to imagine like mix of sort of like rock and country, and somehow it works because she's very angry in that song, and I do think he's very angry here as well. Like, oh, you're so see-through, might as well be a window, you're so see-through. Like, you can see that it's kind of childish, it's not mature, but it's entertaining, if you know what I mean.
I
You
think
know
it just
what I
comes
mean?
back to the fact that everyone loves a bit of drama.
Yeah.
It's the same reason why people tune into like Coronation Street or EastEnders or just any other soap every week. It's because
Yeah.
they just like the drama.
It's drama, and I'm pretty sure it's about Haiti. Like, I mean, come on, he's not gonna be writing about, I don't know, the girl he dated when he was 15. Come on. No. It's just, he's too angry to be about something, you know.
It's going to be someone who was close to him.
Yeah, probably. So yeah, and then there's like Not Like I Never Existed, which I actually found it was quite interesting. What did you think?
Yeah, I mean, I just sound like a broken record, yeah. But again, it's not a bad song. Again, a lot of these songs are just decent songs. Like um, again, it's one of those songs that just does sort of emphasize that the combination of all the artists is better than the sum of each. Like, you know, the fact they are all together does definitely bring a better song than if they were individuals. So I think that's definitely a good thing. But yeah, it's a good song. I like it. I love the instruments in it, to be fair.
Yeah, I do find it pretty cool, to be honest.
Yeah.
But I also liked the lyrics as well. I think it's all very like angsty, and I think a lot of teenagers gonna like it. I think when you're a teenager, I think teenagers nowadays, they still like pop punk, not as much as in 2007 and 2008 when we were teenagers, but I think they still like it. I swear I saw this post from Tumblr once saying something, oh, I wish I was born, I wish I was alive during this time, I wish I was a teenager during this time, like children, like 12-year-olds saying things about My Chemical Romance. So I do think there's a sort of like emo vibe, emo bands coming back, kinda. So I thought
It's
it
one of
was
those things like, you know, they always say these old people exist. Like, oh, I wish I was born in the 70s when I beat all, like, just all these different like the band like people. Like, oh, I wish it's coming to the point now where people are saying that, oh, I wish I was in our generation when it comes to our music and stuff like that.
yeah.
And like, that's a weird thing to consider. That there's maybe like the pop punk that some like kids may actually grow up on, which is kind of weird.
Yeah. Go on.
Oh, no, I was just gonna say, yeah, no, it's just a weird thought. I don't know. Yeah, it makes me wonder whether like the pop punk we listen to, whether the people in the generation above us also thought, you know what, their music's a bit rubbish. Same way as we are like now.
Yeah. Yeah, I think definitely in the future, like, people are gonna play, I don't know, Weightless on All Time Low in their weddings, and, you know, children will be like, oh, this song sucks. You know, like, I'm pretty sure the kids will be like, oh, this song sucks. I much prefer Ariana Grande or whoever the next TikTok singer who's gonna be, you know what I mean? So,
I'm just dreading when they just start calling it classic rock and they just start playing My Chemical Romance or something like that.
yeah.
I just don't want that.
No, it's gonna be weird. But I really want to mention this chorus from Like I Never Existed, because I thought it was quite interesting. So he says, daydreaming like I never mattered. Here I am, holding on to memories. Stupid me, stupid me. I find it really interesting because Hailey has a song called Daydreaming, which is from her 4th album, which is called Paramore. So So I think it might be a reference. Maybe I'm seeing too much, but I do think it might be a reference. And then there's also a pre-chorus, which I thought it was kind of interesting. He says, "Your mother never taught you empathy. You ghosted me. You've seen me like I never existed. You've seen me like I never mattered." And it's kind of like, I don't know, very angsty, you know, very teenage. That's the thing, that's the problem I have with them. I kind of like it, but do I think it's mature? Do I think they evolve in their style? No, I don't think so. I think a teenage band could have written this. So
Oh yeah.
it's fun and games, but is it mature? No, I was expecting something more mature by now. Kind of disappointing.
I sort of imagine if you're in the pop punk scene, you're not really going to grow up that much, are you?
Yeah. You know, All Time Low released such an incredible album this year. It was way more mature, to the point that Elton John was saying good things about their album. Like, it got to this point. Like, Elton John listens to All Time Low, you know? And I think it was about time for, I don't know, Newfound Glory to do something that Elton John could also listen to. You know what I mean? Something more mature.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, no, you got to take it as it is, really. At the end of the day,
Yeah.
you can sort of ask for something to come your way, but you got to take it as they come. They produce it. Yeah.
So what was your favorite tracks? What were your favorite tracks?
If I had to say one, Himalayas is probably my favorite.
Really? Why?
Yeah, I don't know. It has a lot of it. It doesn't have a lot of complexity or whatever. There's definitely some skills and they utilized by the different musicians.
Yeah.
But it's not a complex track. But it does the use of the skills and whatever they do bring to it. It just has an energy to it that I just really really like about it.
Yeah.
You know, sort of, especially towards the end as well. The ending, I absolutely love. It sort of just breaks down. It just has a brilliant energy, which I really actually like about the album. So I will say that.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's a solid song. A solid song. I like it.
You're gonna find it quite interesting, but I did like Sleeping Away, and I did like Greatest of All Time. I think these tracks definitely stand out for me. What did you think about Sleeping Away?
So again, it's a different mood to it's the opposite mood to Himalaya, isn't it? It's quite a softer sort of, it's softer. I mean, when it comes to pop punk for me, I like both ends of it. I like the sort of thrashy, sort of angry one, like Himalayas.
Mm-hmm.
But then I also do like the sort of softer ones, where it just comes soft guitar. Well, I say soft. It does pick up towards the end, doesn't it? But no, it definitely does. I don't know. I do like Slipping Away. Like it's it's just definitely a softer song, more nice. It's just a nice song, really. Even if it's quite sad, a bit sort of melancholy.
Yeah, I did like it. And yeah, I think Greatest of All Time actually should have been the first song in the album, because it would have been a much better way to open the album.
I would have started on a stronger foot.
Yeah, definitely. And then we also have to mention the songs we liked the least or that we didn't like. Which ones for you? Like your top 3 worst songs of the album? You've got to have your top 3.
In ascending order for worst songs, I'd say Birthday Song, but not really. That was a bit...
Yeah.
It was too generic. It was too basic. I don't know, it just didn't... It didn't really have any sort of love and attention given to it. It just felt like they literally just spat it out. I was like, yeah, we are. Here's a song. Have it. Scarier Than Jason Voorhees, it works, but it's just... The entire song is literally carried by the instrumentals. And I don't know why, but it just didn't resonate with me in the right way. I don't know, it just didn't sit right with me. But of course, as I said earlier, Same Side Sitters is just incredibly cringy.
Yeah.
I just didn't like Same Side Sitters.
It is, yeah, same. When I listened, I was like, this is weird. But there is also one that I didn't like, which was More and More. And I think it's one of my least favorites. I thought his vocals kind of didn't match in the song. Like, do you know how Blink-182, they can do I Miss You, and he may have this very, like, how do I describe, has a very, like, trying to find the right word. It's like when his voice goes really high, you know, when his voice goes really high because of his voice tone, because of, yeah, so it kind of works for Blink-182, but when he tried to do the same, it doesn't work. I found it was kind of annoying. It's like his vocals were a big problem for me. I thought it was like whiny and annoying, and it works for Blink-182, but you know, New Found Glory is no Blink-182.
I think the problem is when that comes to that is like Blink knows where to put the whiny stuff.
Yeah.
I don't think New Found Glory have quite worked out
No.
where just to put it.
No, definitely not. This track is the proof that they need to improve on knowing where to put the whiny stuff, because his voice was just horrendous. Like, I'm not going to listen to this track ever again.
Well, so I think one of the things that did come to mind when I finished the album was that, like, I wouldn't mind if this album was put on, but I also wouldn't mind if someone turned it off. Like,
that's me, but it's funny. I don't care. We don't care.
Yeah, the best way I can describe this album is like it's decent, but it needs polish. It just needs polish.
Yeah. My final words about this album: hire a better producer. That's it. Just hire a better producer and learn something from Blink-182. Like, just get in touch with them and be like, how can I make this happen and looks like slightly cooler or something? You know, it would have been so much better. Okay, this is my attempt to do an American accent, and I hope it's working, but I'm not sure. You know what I mean? Anyway, you know what I mean.
Not too far, may as well roll there.
Okay. Thank you so much for joining me. I had such a great time here, so thank you.
Please, thank you for having me, like.
Yeah.
Been good.
Yeah, that's the Old Rock podcast with Vicky and Rory, so obviously I couldn't do this by myself. Unless I could, you know, make myself look like you and then do both people for both of us.
Yeah, just get a like hologram or like a little like animated me in the corner.
Might just do that in the future when you're busy. Anyway, bye guys. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment down below. I love you so much. Bye.